Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the Closing Bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
Hey, back to the S&P 500 I go. Most names in the index lower despite a slight gain in the S&P index overall. Katie, 305 names to the downside, 194 gaining ground on this NVIDIA Wednesday, and we've got 4 unchanged.
Yeah, let's take a look at the circle and the sectors. Similar to, makeup to yesterday. You have 6 sectors in the green, 5 in the red. Tech, though, participating higher by about 0.9%. Communication services, materials also having a good NVIDIA Wednesday. What didn't do too hot today, energy down by 1.3% as a sector. Utilities and real estate also bringing up the rear.
All right, guys, let's get to some of the individual gainers as we await those NVIDIA earnings. Lowe's up about 4% in today's session. Throughout the day, we did see it as a top gainer in the S&P 500. The retailer reported profit that topped expectations, helped by consumer spending on home renovations, reported positive same-store sales growth for a second consecutive quarter on strength in its digital channel and in home services. Adjusted its full-year profit target to approximately $12.25 per share this fiscal year, accounting for uncertain economic conditions and its recently closed acquisition. So an outperformer in that one. Hey,
have you ever been in a Lowe's?
I'm more of a Home Depot kind of gal, but when I first bought my home, I was in there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, man.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy. Have you ever been in one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I bought like everyone when you first buy your house, you basically spend every weekend going there.
I knew all the aisles.
You get everything you need. You get back to do your project and realize I have to go back because I forgot those screws, and then I go back because I forgot that.
How many times?
That's how they get you.
Then you have to hire the person to actually do it.
Right.
You try to do it, and you run into some roadblocks.
How many times I go down an aisle and I just kind of feel like I'm staring at everything? Like, it's just kind of crazy. Hey, I know we're focused on NVIDIA, but Alphabet, you got to mention that one. Up about 3% in today's session. Earlier intraday soaring the most in 2 months. A wave of glowing reviews for the newly released version of its Gemini AI model, spurring investor confidence about the company's position in that ever-changing
Have you downloaded that yet,
landscape.
Katie?
No, we were just talking about this. I don't seek technology out, so I haven't used Gemini. I haven't used ChatGPT.
Ever?
But, I mean, again, unwittingly, I'm sure I've used it in some sense, but I don't know. I can't access it on the Bloomberg computer.
She still reads like a physical newspaper.
You can access it on the Bloomberg computer.
I know, but you need to take a course.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to do that. But anyway.
Just a quick aside.
What?
Do you know how long it took me to get Katie to use Google Docs?
Wow.
I still don't. I still don't.
Yeah,
So 5 years, I guess, is the answer.
We work at Bloomberg. We have the note on the terminal anyway.
I know the note is better.
Google.
Yeah, come on.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Sorry.
It is.
No.
The note is better.
No, Google Docs is a gift. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Hey, by the way, shares of Google, guys, they're up almost 55% this year, and I believe they are the best performing member of the Mag 7. So put that in your something.
What?
in your pipe and smoke it. Hey, Constellation Energy, I have to mention that one. Definitely an outperformer in today's session. Number one gainer in the NASDAQ 100, up 5.3%. U.S. government planning to buy known as many as 10 large nuclear reactors, projects that could be paid for by a $550 billion pledge investment fund being offered by Japan. So, all of these, of course, they own 3 Mile Island. We had some news on that yesterday about getting $1 billion in backing from the U.S. government on a reopening. So this was a big outperformer in today's session.
Well, do you want to start with some energy when it comes to underperformers? The worst performer in the S&P 500 today on a percentage basis, Eversource Energy. Shares had their worst day since 2020 after regulators in Connecticut denied its request to sell its subsidiary, Aquarian Water Company. This rejection was due to concerns that the sale could double household bills and decrease economic regulatory oversight. Regulators said the proposed deal, quote, does not meet managerial suitability and responsibility requirements in a manner consistent with the public interest. Shares once again fell by more than 12%. Also, keep an eye on shares of Blue Owl today, down 0.9%. Blue Owl Capital calling off a merger of its 2 private credit funds after scrutiny over potential investor losses sent its shares tumbling. This deal was supposed to be between Blue Owl Capital Corp, which is a publicly traded one that's under the ticker OBDC, and then Blue Owl Capital Corp 2, that's non-traded. According to a statement Wednesday, the initial terms of the agreement barred investors in the private vehicle from redeeming their capital until the merger closed. The firm did cite current market conditions and will reevaluate its alternatives. And finally, some M&A news today, moving stocks in two different directions. Abbott Laboratories falling 3% today after Bloomberg News reported that it's nearing a potential acquisition of Exact Sciences Corp. in what would be its largest deal in nearly a decade. People familiar with the matter said Exact Sciences closed higher by 23.7% today. Their diagnostic tests include Cologuard, which helps screen for colorectal cancer. It's the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S., but it's been used to screen for colorectal cancer some 20 million times since receiving FDA approval back in 2014.
All right, a quick check on yields. Not a whole lot of activity there. You did actually see a bit of a rise on the day, up basically about 1 to 2 basis points, depending on where you're the curve. In fact, the whole curve more or less shifting parallel here on the day. But honestly, guys, today really is a day about tech, about the AI spend, and about NVIDIA. There was an interesting story just earlier today how the White House is actually like kind of pushing Congress to take out some provisions from a new defense spending bill that would restrict AI chip exports. And of course, this is going to be a big issue that NVIDIA is going to have to address either tonight or at least in the future, because basically its ability to sell those high-end Blackwell chips to China, at least for right now, is basically a no-go.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.